Ukitoka mbele unarudi nyuma.
By the name, I'm MONISAK Brain Benard. I'm basically a distance runner. I'm focusing on the half marathon, but I'm also building. In the long run, I'll take up the marathon, but I'm doing the half marathon and road races, basically 10K road race, 15-kilometer road race. Yes.
So you're from Uganda?
I'm from Uganda, a district of Jinja. That is the place which hosts the river Nile, the longest river, and also where Kenya gets some of its power. So I'm a resident of Jinja. And I came to Kenya in 2019 September. I've been in Kisii probably 2 years. We were hosted in Kericho by a friend. So basically 3.5 years, coming to 4 years. I can say 4 years in Kenya.
So you've been training in Kenya for 4 years. How are you finding the training?
In fact, I've improved so much. I came with a PB of 1 hour 14 minutes in the half marathon. Right now I have a 1 hour 5 minutes 13 seconds, which I ran last year, Standard Chartered Nairobi.
Okay.
I was scheduled to run in the Express Uhuru Highway, looking for 63, but basically I got ill because of some challenges, lack of food, and some of the hindrances, but I'm back now. I see my shape getting back.
And what programs are you using? Are you still using the programs from your coaching in Uganda, or have you changed anything? What have you modified?
Basically, I'm using a program which is a Kenyan-based program. Our coach is called Sami Nyokai. Right now he's in China for his race. But I train with some of the prominent people like Emmanuel Ngatunye, Masai here. So basically that's the program we are using, and is guided by a Swedish coach. It's called Jan Stenson, who always sends us, and then the Kenyan-based coach interprets it to us. Then basically we continue with the program.
Okay. So how long will you be in Kericho? How are you?
Provided I'm still an active athlete, most of my useful time I'll spend it in Kenya. In fact, if I settle, I get a partner. It will even be the best. I'll bring my partner here and I continue, because once you become an associate of this game, you have to spend your time at the camp within the favorable conditions which will build you. So going back home at low altitude means I'll lose a lot of hemoglobin and basically I'll deteriorate in shape. So Kenya is the best place, provided I'm an athlete.
Okay. And what are your aspirations? You're training for half marathon. What races are you targeting right now?
Basically, I'm targeting to run an international road race, the first international road race. In fact, by now I would have gotten a race, because most of my friends have gotten races, but because my body broke down. But I'm bringing back my shape, then I can see they can look for a race for me. Then my aspirations, I want to become an inspiring athlete, both nationally and locally. I can say regional. And the whole region, I'm so far the best. In my region, out of around 6 districts, I'm the ranking. I'm the one with the 65. And we don't have distance runners. I'm the only person who runs in our region. Imagine. So I want to inspire the young ones, build a legacy such that they will follow that legacy. Because they know athletics is for the Kalenjins. Your brothers who are in Kapchoro, the Cheptegeis, they believe the whole Uganda, those are the people who run. So being an Ansabin, because I'm of a South Sudanese origin, my grands were South Sudanese, they came when they were youths. So I am a Kuku, a tribe called the Kuku. People believe running athletics is for the Sabins and the Kalenjins of Kenya. But me, I believe, regardless of color, origin, nationality, anything, provided you do the required, you put in the efforts, the consistency, you can run time. I've seen whites running time, Asians and whatever.
Oh, that's very nice. So are you getting any media coverage, any press coverage from back home? Like, how is your story getting back home?
In fact, very many people are inspired. Of recent, I brought 2 friends. They had to join me. They said, no, you have improved. I went back, I ran the national half marathon of Uganda. I was number 21. And those years I used to finish number 90, number 80. When I was a work athlete, I was a warehouse assistant in Kampala with a certain Asian coffee farm. but I've improved so much. I'm inspiring so many people. I was number 31 in the national cross country. So many people associating with me, people who used to underrate me, and they are really seeing tremendous improvements, and they are inspired.
Sorry, and one more question, just to go back on your routine in your training. Are you struggling with that change of diet, like from Uganda, or the way you've moved from Kisii to Kericho? Are you finding it difficult to cope, or is everything just?
In fact, the start was very, very, very challenging for me, because I had to adapt to the Kenyan ugali. In Uganda, way back, we eat the grain. The grain we eat, we hull it, we remove the husk.
Okay.
So it's like the dollar kind of ugali. So I had to adapt and eat this whole grain, which is milled or grinded the whole way it is. It was hard for me. You know, I'm not used to the life of mboga, sukuma wiki, nderema, managu, but I had to adapt the murziki, that maziwarara, but I kept on eating. Life was hard at first. I didn't know, I knew only English, I didn't know Kiswahili, lakini ilibidi nijifunze, ninunue kamusi, vitabu vya simulizi, nianze, yani hadi nilianza kujifunza lugha. Yani naona maisha ya Kenya inaanza kuingiana na mimi vizuri. So it was challenging, but for now I can say I'm more of a Kenyan. I'm a brother to you people. The food, everything, githeri, managu, nderema, all the lifestyle. I just love Kenya. When I go back home, I miss Kenya.
And so you said your coach is in China.
Yeah, he's in China. He ran his first marathon, half marathon. So he has a race this weekend. Then he'll run the last marathon on 27th. Then he'll be back with us here. He's called Somi Nyokai. Some slender guy.
Oh, yeah.
He's always trains with us. He's dark skinned.
I'd like you. Thank you so much. And if it's okay with you, while I'm still here, I would really like to cover your story extensively, because I didn't know you're from Uganda.
I'm from Uganda.
I saw the jersey, but I was saying, you know, these athletes normally they wear many jerseys. So
I'm very lucky to be the only Ugandan around here associating with you people. I always say, had I been to Kenya earlier, I would have been a fast successful man. I would have started testing what $1 is, what €1 is, because I've seen within a period of about 4 years, I've improved so much. Meaning, had I been here earlier, I would have been so much more far. In fact, the Kenyans identify their talents earlier. Some of us have talent, but it's because we've wasted a lot of time doing other things. We had our passions, but the community, our parents, they don't see the value of our talents. To convince someone that I'm going to run, it has to take, it's a tug of war. But had I known earlier, or had I gotten a line of success earlier to come into Kenya, I would have been very far. But all the same, nonetheless, I'm very happy. I'll use, because I'm 32 years, but I know I still have around 9 years of active running.
very young.
I'll still develop
Especially
myself.
for marathon, yeah. So with all this knowledge that you have,
Yes.
and you're talking about half marathon and full marathon, are you seeing that there is something you can maybe take back home, some experiences, some wisdom?
So much. I've carried a lot of knowledge. You know, the camp, I've discovered the camp is like an institution. An institution is a source of learning, and learning never ends. Every day we are gathering knowledge. We keep building our experience, our skills. So I have taught many people. When I go back there, the friends I left, when they are doing the wrong things, I tell them, no, the champions do it this way. You're not supposed to do speed work without warming up. After speed work, you're supposed to cool down. You need therapy, because this muscle is very loaded. It needs to relax. You need to feed appropriately. You need to, I'm sharing a lot of knowledge, and I've gained a lot, which I would have not gained. But because of being here, associating with the people who know the sport, actually I'm thinking of when I retire from running, I'll mentor some group, some 2-3 kids, I bring them here, I start coaching, because I have the knowledge, I'm getting a lot.
So you'll venture into coaching eventually?
That is very right. Actually, if I get opportunity to study a short course on coaching, that one coupled with my bachelor's in business administration, that is very good. The athletes in Mount Elgon region, the Sabines, in fact, they have made Uganda a center of athletics. Your identity of athletics, Uganda has been on top of the athletics game because of the Sabines. So those people have gotten many opportunities. Some of them have gotten scholarships to other countries, Japan, USA, and what have you, but only that we are limited in number. We are not like you Kenyans. You people, that's why I've learned a lot from you. You are thousands of elites, but still people survive. in that competitive environment. Survival is for the fittest. But for us, we have very few, because you see the same figures. When we line up for cross country, we are about 200 people, 175. You see, ladies are around 50. But in Kenya, it is like a world event. So it is very competitive. So that's the advantage we have, that when I run time here in Kenya, in Uganda, I will be very, very, very competitive. I'll be at the top. I'll desire to get more opportunities, like getting races in USA. Now here the visa is tightened because you people are very many. To our place, once you run time, chances are very open. Even getting onto the national team can be a bit easier.
And the way Ugandan athletes are, like in Uganda, is it easier for them to get sponsorships, like brand deals, especially because if you go to Ugandan social media, they're very active. Even now, just on TikTok, on Instagram, they're very active, and it's for the way you're looking at it, Ugandans sometimes are more exposed on social media if you compare them to most of our athletes. So I don't know if that's something that can be. Is there any opportunities for sponsorships, for local brand deals?
Yeah, it sells them. Number one of the contributing factors is because of the exposure. I've discovered one thing, that most of the Kenyan athletes, they avoid the role of digital marketing. Digital marketing is very important. We need these platforms. We need people like you. We need the social media platforms. You need to tell the world, what can you offer? What do you have? In what quantity and what quality? So that the world can know. So by marketing yourself, the world comes to know what you have. You may be having time here, but you may not be exposed to some good deals. But because you embrace the role of these platforms, the rest of the managers, those companies, the kids companies, and some other institutions, they'll come to know you, and you'll be able to sign some bigger deals and juicy deals. Then you'll be able to elevate your sports to much more triumphant heights. So Ugandans, most of them have gotten these deals. You have seen Cheptegei is even he has recently used the opportunity of running at the Olympics to market. Is one of his activities doing, building the pitch, and the government of Japan was willing to finance. Why? Because it's open. Most of the Kenyan athletes don't like, even some of these photos I always see, they don't like them. They shy off. They shy off. They don't like interviews. They don't love. There is a kind of life and this affects them. And they are very good people. I always admire the times they run, because if I have that time and I go to Uganda, it will market me so much. And so they have to embrace digital marketing to extend some of those juicy deals around them.
I'm very thankful, and if you allow me, I'll keep covering the story.
Okay, please. I'm very glad to. Thank you.